Hey, it's Mr. Knoll here talking about how to use spaced repetition with Flashcards Deluxe. So what is spaced repetition? Well, repetition means you repeat things, and spaced refers to doing things over a period of time. So the concept of spaced repetition is that when you first learn something, it's very easy to forget it. For example, if I learn 10 new words one day, the next day I might only remember 8 of those. And 3 days later, maybe only 60% are still there. So with spaced repetition, your app, your flashcards app, will know when you're about to forget something and then remind you by showing you that flashcard again. And over a period of time, you might start seeing that item less and less as your memory of it becomes stronger. So in our app, if we want to use spaced repetition, we go into the folder of the cards that we want to study. For our purposes, we're using the GSL, but I don't have that on my phone. Right now I'm learning science and math, and you can see my science and math folder there. And it says I have 56 cards due, meaning that today there are 56 cards that I need to study. And so if I go in there, I'll see, I've got 21 electronics cards, 24 mechanical cards, 11 shop cards, and I've not opened that general science one yet. So I'm going to go and click on that electronics information deck and pop that open. And it says that I have 21 cards due, meaning that I have 21 cards to study in this deck. So when you open up a deck in Flashcards Deluxe, you'll see that you might have due cards and new cards. Due cards are cards that you studied before and that you need to do today. New cards are cards that maybe are left over when you opened it yesterday. So whenever we are using our Flashcards Deluxe app, we want to click on both of these because we want to do all our due cards, and because our lists in Flashcards Deluxe are much smaller than the one I have here, we want to do all the new cards too. So once I open that up, I might get a card and it says, what does DC stand for? And I know that very well. That's direct current. And because that came really quick, I'm going to swipe up. And when I swipe up, that'll give me these 2 little check marks there to mean that, that's a very strong memory. And swiping up is important if I get that idea just like this. It just comes to me very fast. I don't even have to think. And that means that I won't see this card for several days probably. And so then I go to the next card and it says, what is DC what is an example of DC? And I think, is that the one that goes into your home? I flip it over, no, it's batteries. Alternating current, AC, is the one that goes into your home, and batteries have a direct current. So I need to swipe down because I didn't get that one right. And when I swipe down, I'll know it got that because I'll see a little X up at the top there. Let's go to the next card. Maybe I'll do better with that one. So this one says, what 3 metals are good to be used as conductors? This is a question I got wrong before. I know that copper is used in wires. That's a good conductor. And I thought, well, maybe silver too, because those are both similar on the periodic table. They're similar elements. And then I guessed gold, but I knew that was wrong because I got it wrong the first time. It wasn't gold. It's aluminum. I had to think about that one a little bit, but I still knew it. I flip it over. Yes, it's silver, copper, and aluminum. I knew those, but it wasn't super strong. It didn't come to me like that, like with that DC question. So I'm going to swipe to the side. And when I do that, I'm telling the app that I know this one, but it's not super strong yet. I might need to review it tomorrow or in a couple days. When I swipe to the side, I'll see a little check mark there. So I'm going to spend time doing all these different cards about electronics, and when I'm done, I'll come to a screen that looks like this. It says I have no cards due, and it'll tell me to practice active cards. I don't need to practice active cards because all my due cards are done. I don't want to keep studying this list. I want to go to my next list and do all the due cards there. So when I get to this screen, I'm just going to go to the next list. All right, we can see here before, when I first opened up this folder, I had 0% progress on this electronics information. And now that I've done all those 21 cards that were due, now I have 2% progress, meaning that I'm that much further in mastering this subject. But I still have 2 other lists with due cards, so I'm going to do those now. I'm going to do my mechanical comprehension. After I did that, I got it from 1% to 3%. Good, I made some good progress there. I'm going to do the shop information now, do those 11 cards, and I got another % there. And now that I've done all my cards, all my due cards, I've still got some extra time in my study session now. And since I have some extra time, I'm going to pop open this general science list. And I'm going to pop it open, see a new one like this, and just open that up. Now, keep this page in mind because it's going to be very relevant soon. So, why do we use spaced repetition? The benefit of spaced repetition is that if I'm just trying to focus on one of these lists, just cramming for a week, I might do really good on a test at the end of the week. But chances are, if I'm all within that very short time frame, I'll forget a lot of that information after a while. But with spaced repetition, I might be taking the same time I spent to study, but it'll be spaced out over several months, and that will never go away. After I've been studying that list for several months, 3 months, 4 months, that information is in my mind forever. So that's really why we want to use this, because when we're learning new words, what we want is to remember them forever. We don't want to lose them after we take a quiz. So I saw a study recently, it was out of Russia, and they were comparing students using spaced repetition with those who were not. And in the study, they said that the rate of long-term vocabulary recall, meaning remembering those words a long time, in the experimental group, the students using spaced repetition, it was found to increase almost 3 times compared to that in the corresponding control group. So what that means is, in this study, the students using spaced repetition, they had 3 times the improvement of the other students. I see this in my own class, where I've been working with spaced repetition with some students, and they're not making 3 times the improvement, but they're moving through their lists 3 times faster and still making the same good grades that they would have if they were studying one list at a time. So the real benefit of using the spaced repetition for our purposes is you're going to move through that GSL much faster. You're going to learn your words much faster, and that'll give you time to do new things or maybe even exit ESL early. That's why this is really important. You might be wondering, how often should I study? In class, we usually use the app for 10 to 15 minutes, 4 to 5 times a week. But with all those due cards that you can be knocking out on those other days that we're not in class, that means you can open up more lists. So it's great to do a little extra study outside of class time. And now that you know how to use this app, why don't you open up Flashcards Deluxe and give it a try? Again, we'll open up the folder that we want. In yours, it'll be the GSL. For mine, it's Science and Math. And you just start at that top list and work your way down. Have a good study session.